Welcome back to the cryptowrld channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and right now it is happening. Bitcoin just hit a new record all-time high as the Trump pump is now here. Trump will be the next US president, which means a major bull run is on the horizon for the price of Bitcoin, as many bullish signals are confirming right now, while a major short squeeze has just confirmed here in the short term for the price of Bitcoin, while Ethereum is currently playing out this major bullish divergence, while Solana is just about to break out from this massive area of resistance. So I'll be talking about all of that and so much more later in the video, so definitely watch to the end. First of all, just before we take a look at the Bitcoin charts today, of course, we need to talk about the news today, which obviously is Trump winning the election. It's pretty much all but confirmed at this point at the time of recording this video, as we can see right here. And now, this is not a political channel, but obviously this is affecting the price of Bitcoin here in the short term. There's no other reason why we're seeing a massive pump out of nowhere across the crypto market and across most markets around the world. Obviously, due to the fact that this major event is happening basically now and over the last one day or so. And obviously, this has already been predicted on the betting markets, the crypto betting markets, where people have placed billions of dollars worth of bets on Trump actually winning the election. So now it's basically confirmed at this point, which means we're set to have a major bull run, especially based on this chart right here. If we're looking at the US elections throughout Bitcoin's history, usually this happens right at the beginning of a major bull run in Bitcoin. And the last time Trump was actually elected as the US president, from the election day all the way to the next all-time high, we saw more than a 20x gain in the price of Bitcoin, over a 2,000% pump in around 1 year from the election. Now, obviously, it's unlikely we're going to see a 20x gain from where we are right now, because obviously Bitcoin was starting at a much lower price back then. But either way, we're looking towards a major bullish market or a bull run, at least over the next few months, or most likely over the next year or so. And if we're taking a look at the weekly Bitcoin chart, obviously, as I've already been saying over and over again here on the channel, we have confirmed a bullish crossover in the weekly Bitcoin MACD, showing a lot of bullish momentum building on the larger time frames. So despite what happens on small time frames in the short term, the larger time frames, the longer term picture is looking very bullish right now, as I've already been saying for over and over again now on the channel, for a while now on the channel. And the last time this happened was last October, just last year. And what came next over the next half a year or so was a major bull run. And so once again, in the short term on smaller time frames, it's normal to see the occasional dump or pullback here and there. But when we're zooming out, looking at the bigger picture, we are looking very bullish right now, as I've already been saying for a while. And if we're taking a look at this 4-day time frame, obviously, as I've also already been saying, the super trend indicator on the 4-day Bitcoin chart is already sitting in the green, indicating a larger bullish market now beginning to play out. And if we're taking a look at the 2-day Bitcoin chart, as I already said back during around mid-October, early October, we already confirmed this breakout from this descending line of resistance, which at that time was sitting at roughly around 65,000. And then we came back down for a retest, bounced from that level, further confirmed the breakout. So as I've been saying since then, we're looking very, very bullish right now on these larger timeframes. And this breakout is still currently playing out despite what happens on small timeframes. Once again, on the short term, on the smaller timeframes, we can see the occasional pullback here and there during the larger bullish move or the bull run. And if we're taking a look at the daily time frame, right now the price of Bitcoin is trading right around that previous all-time high. So the previous all-time high was sitting at around 73,500, so just underneath 74,000. And at the time of recording this video, we're trading right around that 74K level, and we actually reached a high at above 75,000 as of right now. So we have officially hit a new all-time high today in the price of Bitcoin. And now, ideally, in order to confirm a breakout above this area of resistance right here, we need to actually see at least a daily candle close, ideally a weekly candle close, for example, but at least a daily candle close above this area of resistance, which means above around 74,000. So if we can confirm this daily candle close above 74,000, that would be extra bullish, helping to confirm the breakout, and especially if we can flip this into new support. So for example, if we confirm a couple of candle closes above 74,000, maybe come back down for a retest and then bounce from this area, that would be extra confirmation, further confirming the breakout, kind of like what we saw here on the 2-day time frame. We saw multiple candle closes initially confirming the breakout, came back down for a slight pullback, bounced from the breakout point, further confirming the breakout. That's a very bullish signal anytime that happens, but it's important to understand we don't have to see that happen. It's just if that actually happens, if we see a retest like that, that would be extra bullish, further confirming the breakout. And now you might be wondering, if the Bitcoin price actually further confirms this breakout above 74,000, what is next? Because obviously we don't really have any resistance above the price based on previous resistance right here, because we're in all-time highs once we break out above 74,000. So ultimately we have to look at other price targets, which I'll talk about in just a moment. But first, if you want to trade these moves in the price of Bitcoin or any other crypto, personally, I take most of my trades over on Bybit. So I'll make sure to leave a link to Bybit down below this video in the description and in the pinned comment. And if you use that link down below this video to make your Bybit account and deposit on that account, then you can get up to a $30,000 deposit bonus, but only if you use that link down below this video. And also, if you use that link, it'll take you to this page right here, which is currently a massive event happening over on Bybit, where you could potentially win up to $10,000 in airdrops. That is right, 10,000 USDT up for grabs on this page right here, link down below. And there's also a lucky draw. So if you're going to be trading crypto anyway, just by trading crypto on this page right here over on Bybit using that link, you get these entries into this lucky draw where you could potentially win some free crypto or some free trading bonuses just simply by trading crypto. So if you're going to be trading crypto anyway, you might as well check this out. Once again, first link down below this video. But for whatever reason, if you cannot access Bybit or if you cannot KYC on Bybit, there's also Bitfinex, which is another crypto exchange similar to Bybit, but you don't need KYC for Bitfinex, which means if you're in the US or the UK, for example, or another country where you might not be able to access Bybit, you can access Bitfinex. So I'll also leave a link to Bitfinex down below this video. And if you use that link, you can get up to a 5.5K deposit bonus. And only if you use that link, you can get an exclusive 10% discount on all trading fees on the Bitfinex exchange forever. But that's only if you use the link below this video to make your Bitfinex account. And so as another option out there other than Bybit, one that you can access from the US, once again, there's Bitfinex, links down below if you want to claim those extra bonuses. But with that being said, looking at some potential price targets for the price of Bitcoin, if we can actually further confirm this breakout into all-time highs with a daily candle close, for example, above 74,000, in that case, we have this technical price target to watch out for based on the cup and handle pattern that I talked about previously here on the channel. And since then, we confirmed the breakout, saw actually multiple retesting this breakout line right here, the neckline, but we never confirmed with a daily candle close back below the neckline, which means technically speaking, this breakout is still active with a price target sitting at roughly around $80,000 per Bitcoin. So technically speaking, that is a price target to watch out for if we can first further confirm the breakout above 74,000. Obviously for now, that could still be acting as a bit of a resistance to watch out for. So $80,000 coming next if we can first confirm the breakout above 74,000. And also we have this technical price target based on the Fibonacci extension tool from this previous all-time high down to this swing low on the daily time frame. That gives us the 1618 Fibonacci extension, which is sitting at roughly around $89,000. So that's also a potential price target or a point of resistance to watch out for once we can further confirm this breakout into all-time highs with candle closes. And zooming into the shorter term, obviously here in the short term, we have seen a major pump to the upside, playing out this bullish divergence as expected. But obviously a lot of this pump was fueled by the Trump victory that we've effectively just seen right now. But from a technical standpoint, this bullish divergence has now already played its part. We've already seen the bullish relief and a pump here in the short term to the point where the 3-hour Bitcoin RSI has now entered into overbought territories, which technically means we're due to see a bit of a cool off in the short term in order to reset the RSI. So that means either some choppy sideways price action, a bit of a sideways consolidation, or maybe just a slight pullback here in order to reset the RSI, which can give us more room to the upside later on. And if we're taking a look at the Bitcoin liquidation heat map, obviously we've now wiped out all of that liquidity, which I talked about in my last video. I said at roughly around 73,000 to 73.7K, around there, just above 73,000. As I said yesterday, we have a lot of liquidity that has been building in that region, which means if we hit that region, we're set to see a short squeeze. And that's exactly what we saw as expected. As I explained in my last video before it happened, we've now seen a short squeeze, wiping out all of those short positions right here. And if we're zooming out on this Bitcoin liquidation heat map, we also have more liquidity to the upside here, sitting at around 77.9K to 78,500. So right around there, we have a decent amount of liquidity. Also at around 76,500, we have a decent amount of liquidity. And then up towards around 85,000 to 86,000, we have a lot of liquidity right there as well. And if we're taking a look at Ethereum on the 3-day time frame, right now the price of ETH is obviously still in this massive sideways price range right here in between this golden pocket area of support and this Fibonacci level of resistance. So first of all, this area of support is still sitting in between 2150 to 2.2k, and this major level of resistance is still sitting at around 2.8k. But if we're zooming into the 12-hour time frame, obviously just like Bitcoin, really most of the crypto market with that Trump victory had a major pump here. It's extremely bullish for crypto, and this means we've broken out above these previous areas on the chart, which is obviously bullish here in the short term now that we've regained these levels on the chart. So this means this should once again act as new support in between 2440 to 2475, acting as support, and also potentially this area right now acting as a bit of support, sitting in between 2550 to 2580. And as for the next resistance, obviously we still have significant resistance in this price range in between 2.7k to 2.8k. So despite the short-term pump right now, we still have very strong resistance ahead of us. So I wouldn't flip overly bullish again on Ethereum in terms of the larger moves here until we can actually break out above 2.8k. And now if we're zooming into the shorter term right here, looking at the 3-hour time frame, obviously over the last one day, we perfectly played out this bullish divergence as expected, because as I said in my last video, we've now confirmed a new bullish divergence, which means we should be expecting most likely a bullish relief over the next couple of days here. And since then, obviously we have seen a bullish relief as expected, which started off as just a bit of a bullish relief. And then of course we saw the major Trump pump basically exploding to the upside here. Really the overall crypto market has been exploding to the upside with that Trump victory, but it's worth pointing out that the 3-hour Ethereum RSI is now entering into overbought territories for the first time since roughly around a week ago, give or take. And the last time this happened, we started to see a bit of a slowdown in the price. So it's worth pointing that out. Obviously right now, we could start to see a bit of a slowdown very soon, maybe in the form of some choppy sideways price action, for example, or a very slight pullback at some point over the next 1 or 2 days here. But that does not necessarily mean the end of this bullish movement. It could just mean a short-term break during a larger bullish movement. And if we're taking a look at Solana on the daily time frame, right now the price of Solana is running into this area of resistance right here in between around 183 to 187, and we're very close to possibly confirming a breakout here. But for now, we still need to actually see a daily candle close confirm above around 187 in order to confirm the breakout. So for now, this breakout has not yet been confirmed, and obviously the last few times we have run into this price range for the price of Solana, we have seen multiple rejections from this price range. So just keep that in mind. For now, it could still be acting as a bit of resistance, but if we can see that daily candle close above around 187 and ideally flip that into support, then obviously that would be very, very bullish and likely send the price of Solana up towards this next area of resistance based on these previous highs, and that's sitting in between $200 to $210 as the next resistance or next price target if we can first confirm a breakout above 187. And if we're zooming into the shorter term, looking at the 4-hour time frame, obviously this short-term bullish divergence has perfectly played out over the last one day. Obviously, as I said in my last video, we've confirmed a new bullish divergence here with another lower low in the price and a higher low in the RSI, while the price is also bouncing from this short-term area of support, which was sitting in between around 157 to 159. So that's still acting as strong support here in the short term. And since my last video, we've further confirmed that bounce and the bullish relief. The bullish divergence has been playing out perfectly. And then of course we saw that Trump pump where the overall crypto market absolutely exploded to the upside. And so now these previous areas of resistance should become new support. So first of all, in between 162 to 164, that should be new support. And also in between 171 to 173, that should be new support. And we could also find a bit of support at around 179 to 181 approximately, based on previous highs now becoming new support. But it's important to mention that the 4-hour Solana RSI is now entering into overbought territories, which means just in the short term here, maybe in the coming hours or over the next day or so, at some point like that, we should be expecting maybe a slight cool off or a slight slowdown from all of this bullish price action here. So what that could look like is maybe just a sideways consolidation or a very slight pullback. But it's important to understand I'm not very bearish right now. I'm not expecting any crash or anything like that. Overall, the market is extremely bullish and we're likely about to see a major bull run on the longer term, the larger time frames, but just in the short term, obviously from time to time, we can see a little bit of a slowdown during these larger bullish moves. And so just keep that in mind. That is a possibility here in the short term at some point, maybe over the next day or two, a bit of a slowdown before potentially continuing the bullish breakout above this resistance later on. And once again, if you want to trade these moves in the price of any crypto, check out those links down below this video to claim those extra bonuses. And if you want to actually know how to trade crypto, no matter if the price is bullish, bearish, or chopping around sideways, then make sure to watch these videos popping up right here on your screen. The video in the top left shows you how you can profit from bullish or bearish price action using long positions or short positions. And the video in the bottom left shows you how you can easily profit from choppy sideways price action. But anyway, that is everything that I have to say for today. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.